For years, the bond between Princes Harry and his longtime Argentinian polo pal Nacho Figueres appeared virtually unbreakable. United by their shared devotion to the sport of kings and penchant for rubbing overly tanned shoulders with the global elite jet set, the dashing duo cut an improbably globetrotting profile as the crown princes of sport's most glamorous scene. But that seemingly charmed rapprochement was shattered beyond repair when Figueres, known as the David Beckham of polo, committed the ultimate act of friendship regicide. During a gabfest with fellow players at his lavish Aspen chalet last Christmas, the legendary Argentine let slip that younger Harry was struggling with male infertility issues, raising scandalous suspicions over whether the now California royals' two toddlers Archie and Lilibet were even his biological kin. Word of Figueres' loose lips quickly trickled through high society's seamiest whisper streams and page 6 blinds before metastasizing into an unstoppable media superstorm. No amount of fiery denial salvos from the Duchess' famously combative PR corps could dislodge the rapidly codifying narrative that Meghan had committed conscious chicanery, perhaps even outright deception, to manifest heirs without Harry's viable seed. The subsequent fallout was swift and devastating for the royal renegades determined to remold their banished roles into a contemporary Californian power couple for the Instagram diplomacy age. What followed Figgy's paternity gate were months of merciless ridicule and recrimination raining from all corners, put upon rota rogues, haughty Hollywood hipsters, the entire squawking Greek chorus of Markle's disgruntled English high society in-laws, even progressive political stands. For Meghan especially, the betrayal smacked as the ultimate dishonor from her husband's closest confidant, an unforgivable rupture compounded by resentment toward Figueres for permanently complicating the Montecitoin royals' fastidiously crafted origin story about overcoming intolerant bigotry to spawn a modern, biracial American familia. Between sobs during a marathon venting session with Gayle King, the Duchess fumed that her Argentine friend-turned-frenemy had forever robbed the proudest feats of her heavily merchandised womanhood. Everything Nacho debased that night amongst his broken salad tong swillers, ripping away the sanctity of procreating new relatives, almost as if we were shagged some illicit turkey baster bakery to mock God with immorally conceived turkey basters, she bemoaned. For where do we go from here as a loving family? Our children's very inception has been violated by these baseless pissant whispers of infertile defilement, all for some vain Argentina lusho's pathetic thirst for saddle ranch sadism. Indeed, the firestorm over Harry's alleged struggles siring biological children ignited a veritable supernova of allegations over the true parentage of Archie and Lilibet. Almost immediately, the usual rota of Meghan accusers crawled from the seediest anti-Sussex forums positing breathless theories, everything from runaway Freudian hints she had employed an American IVF surrogate, to dark mutterings of Kensington Palace collusion to import some turkey-basted Ottoman heir to protect bloodline purity. Perhaps most wounding was former friend and unofficial Markle biographer Tom Bower's decision to reinsert previously redacted chapters resurfacing old whispers that the unborn Archie's ethnicity had been enhanced through strategic DNA tweaking at an overseas boutique gene editing clinic. Bower claims he had removed those passages from his initial manuscript after being threatened with legal action by the Sussex's attorneys. But in the wake of Ginger, Gate and mounting narrative velocity toward an unvarnished truth, the baldish scribe was undeterred. We're well beyond the point of coddling Meghan's delicate sensibilities over human reproduction. That luxury gaslight imploded the very second she chose to start selling fantastical falsehoods wrapped in cynical Apraic pablum for mass public consumption, Bower sneered while promoting his revised edition on Piers Morgan's Fox atrocity Live. If the faminoided lass was indeed pulling strings over her offspring's heredity from the start, I'm only ensuring the full truth is permanently enshrined into her questionable post-colonial lore moving forward. Indeed, far more than just the legitimacy of the Sussex children themselves, the revelation seemed to imperil the very identities Harry and Meghan had cultivated since abandoning royal patria. Without the proclaimed victory of a fairy-tale feminist subverting the monarchy's musty gene puddle to birth a new hybrid embodiment of British-American heritage into the world. Based on the scandalous story provided, it seems Meghan Markle reacted with outrage and devastation to the rumors spread by Nacho Figueres that Prince Harry is infertile and their children Archie and Lilibet are not biologically his. The story depicts Meghan as feeling utterly betrayed by her husband's close friend Figueres, who is portrayed as having recklessly revealed the paternity bombshell while gossiping with other polo players. This called into question the entire origin story the Sussexes had crafted about overcoming intolerance to start a modern, biracial American family. A few key points about Meghan's reaction. She is said to have sobbed to Gayle King that Figueres robbed the sanctity of her proudest achievements as a woman, being able to procreate children with Harry. She raged that Figueres had violated the inception of her children by spreading baseless whispers of infertile defilement. Meghan seemed devastated that the legitimacy of her children was being so forcefully questioned, saying, "Where do we go from here as a loving family?" She accused Figueres of debasing her family for his own saddle ranch sadism and a vain thirst for gossip and attention. The story portrays Meghan as feeling like the very identities she and Harry had built were imperialized by Figueres' loose lips. Without their fairy tale biracial childbirth narrative, much of what they had cultivated and merchandised as a couple was seemingly in jeopardy. Overall, Meghan comes across as enraged, deeply hurt, and having her entire existence as a mother and member of the Sussex family unit violated by Figueres' explosive rumor about Harry's fertility issues. Her reaction blends self-righteous outrage with very real devastation over her family's origins being so maliciously questioned.